In today's video, we're checking out the Fender 57 Custom Deluxe Amplifier. This is a hand-wired, made in the USA amp. It's got a very simple layout. We get one tone control and two volume controls. Let's get into it. Here's the amplifier up close. So as I mentioned at the start, this is a 12-watt hand-wired amp from Fender. It has a set of 6 V6 output tubes. We get 12 AX7 preamp tubes and also a 12 AY7 in the preamp. We get a nice old school leather handle on the top, and there's two different channels. So there's a mic volume. So if you want to plug like a harmonica into it, you can, and you can use this channel. Or if you want to plug a guitar into it, you can use this volume over here. So the instrument line-ins are here, and the microphone line in on this side. Unlike a lot of the black panel amps, which will have a bass and treble control, this one only has a single tone control, but it's surprising just how much you can get out of it. The 57 Custom Deluxe has a 12-inch speaker. It's an eminent speaker designed for Fender. It's got a nice big magnet, and the bass response really speaks for itself. Unlike a lot of other amplifiers, we actually get a cover included, which is still in the box, but it does come with a slip cover. Thankfully, because this is an expensive amp. Before we get into it, a huge thank you to Sky Music here in Melbourne, Australia for the loan of this 57 Custom Deluxe amplifier. I don't get to keep it, no money's changed hands, and this video is not sponsored in any way. If you want to help support the channel, I'll leave some affiliate links down in the description box below. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick it off on my Telecaster. I'm going to show you how I had it set in that little jam I did at the start. So I've got the volume up at 5, and the tone up at 7. It's so dynamic. I'll play some chords just with a pick right now, but I'm going to start with my volume control down, and I'm on both pickups. Here we go. It's got everything there except for reverb, of course, but it gives you all the top end and a nice warm mids and lows. Let's go ahead and turn it up and have a listen to the difference. Man, that sounds great. You could basically set it up for any of your favorite guitars and just work the volume control, which is fantastic. So let's turn it back down a little bit, and I'm going to just play some finger picking stuff here. Now let's go over to neck pickup with the volume back up. Now I'm picking a different dynamic, so if I pick soft, it's nice and clean, and if I dig in, over to bridge, so yeah, it's starting to get to that really sweet spot for blues, but we're going to crank up the volume a little bit more. Let's get it over to 7 here, and this will be bridge pickup. so that's that natural overdrive sound that these are famous for. Let's crank it up to 9. Have a listen to this. These have got so much of that sort of mid-frequency throw, these Tweed amps. It really does feel great in the room. And I'm just going to crank it up to 10 here. Let's have a listen to this. I'll start with the volume control down. Let's change the guitars. Let's try some humbuckers now. Thanks to my Tokai Love Rock electric guitar, and I've just turned the volume of the amp down and cranked the tone control. Here we go, this is bridge. Volume down. This amp's got so much sustain when you turn it up like this that you don't really miss the reverb. You can hold on to notes a lot longer than you can on some other amps, even though the reverb sort of fills in the space. You kind of don't miss it with this. It's pretty great. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go over to bridge. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole lot of fun, and it's still got that tight and punchy sound. And now with the gain even further up, and what I'm going to do is start with my volume control down, and I'll show the dynamics. Here we go. Man, if you can get away at a gig turning this amp up to this particular point on the volume control, you're going to have a whole lot of fun. Let's try pushing the amplifier now with the pedal, thanks to the Warm Audio Centavo, which is a Klon replica. And I've got the amp set up to where I really like it with this particular guitar. So I've just backed off the volume from before. Let's have a listen to this. What a tone. What a tone. realize now I was probably pulling some pretty fugly faces, but man, that's great. I mean, if you want to just push it with one pedal, you can. That's more than enough overdrive for any lead solo that I would do, at least anyway. Let's wrap this up. I'm going to talk tones, simplicity, and overall feel of this amplifier, and also volume. So in terms of tone, man, if you're into that whole Tweed thing, give this one a look. The Eminence speaker that's in the back has so much mids and just 3D projection. It really fills the room extremely well. While there's no reverb or an effects loop or anything like that, if you're a big fan of just plugging into an amp, turning it up, and using your volume control, it feels so good to play. I got a funny story for you. When I was in San Francisco many years ago, I bought that 52 reissue Telecaster, which is over here. I actually plugged into one of these, and it sold me the guitar. It felt so good to play. The cool thing about these amps is, even at a low volume, you're getting a very usable sound just for home use. It feels so good. It still feels very full range, but you can knock the volume down, still get a great sound, dead clean. As you start bringing it up, or if you want to use it with pedals, it's a great pedal platform. That sort of Tweed voicing gives you a lot of sort of that 3D projection in the room. This amp would definitely be loud enough to gig with, and if you're using pedals like an Overdrive, for example, you can kind of boost the output up to a point where it would hold its own with most drummers. Now, that's within context of sort of like blues, classic rock style stuff. If you've got a really heavy-handed drummer, you might want to mic this up, but it feels so much louder than 12 watts. It's unbelievable. Like a Princeton's 12 watts. This thing, I've just recorded a Princeton on the same day, and this is way louder. There's no questions about it. So there's something to be said about this particular Tweed voicing and how it sort of spreads sound in the room, but it's really loud and it's really cool. I guess a few of the compromises are pretty obvious. No reverb, no 3-band EQ, no effects loop, nothing. You're basically getting an amplifier that you just plug into and you can turn it up. And if that's for you, this might make a whole lot of sense. If you want to check it out, I'll link it below. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.